Welcome to the Live from South College podcast. I'm your host, Kathleen Stockham. The Live from South College podcast is your source for all South College activity, including new student information, deep dives into our 100-plus programs and concentrations, tools of the trade, and even live on location from all of our campuses. We have great interviews with faculty, staff, deans, and hear from South College students and alumni in their own words. From certificates all the way to doctoral degrees, catch up with Live from South College for the lighter side of helping your dreams find direction. Well, we are on the road again. I have been looking forward to this trip for some time. We are on location from our campus in the happiest place on earth. Yep, I am at South College Orlando, located right on the busy I-4 corridor, just minutes away from all the major attractions in the Westwood area. We have so many great students that call South College Orlando their campus, and you'll hear their reasons why they chose South College. We had a lot of laughs too, so enjoy Live from South College on location from Orlando, Florida. All right, I love it. They are laughing as soon as I walk up. All right, guys, welcome to the podcast. I want to ask you, what program are you in?
ASN, just ASN, right?
And what quarter are you in?
This is my first quarter. Well, I just started the actual program this semester.
All right, love that. What's your first name?
John Asia.
John Asia. Okay, awesome. All right. What do you think has been the hardest thing so far for you in the program?
Yeah, I'm new. So it would be trying to keep everything organized because it's like so much going on. So you have like clinicals and then you have your classes. So it's like a lot going on. And then working at the same time is like really hard.
So you're working now at the same time. What do you do?
I work at Winnie Palmer as a nursing assistant. Triage.
All right, triage. All right. So you're kind of getting the hands-on piece. What do you want to do when you pass your certification and you're done? What do you want to do after that?
I want to work at Arnold Palmer as an ICU nurse or an oncology nurse.
Nice. All right. Let's hear a shout out for Orlando. All right. What's your first name?
Candia.
All right. Candia, what's been the easiest thing, like the most fun thing so far?
I would say learning patient education, mostly fundamentals. That's been pretty easy.
And you're also in your first quarter, so you're also a newbie. Oh, the fun is just beginning. Okay, awesome. And what do you think you want to do when you get out and pass your NCLEX?
I want to be a psych nurse.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. Now, do you have any aspirations to go a little further? You know, once you're done, if you decide to do your bachelor's, we also have a master's, and it actually has the mental health psychiatric nurse concentration to it. What do you think about that?
Yes, I'm actually interested in that. I worked in a mental health facility, and I worked with a lot of nurse practitioners, so that's what made me realize I wanted to be a mental health nurse practitioner. Yeah.
Nice. Are you working now, or are you just a full-time student?
Full-time student.
Very nice. So you get to go home and take a nap after this. No, I love that. All right, awesome. All right, what's your first name?
Christiane.
Okay, and you're also in the ASN. Okay, yep. All right, so I've asked them the hardest thing and the easiest thing. What have you enjoyed the most so far?
The classmates.
Oh, so
yeah.
making a lot of friends. Yeah, a lot of times you make friends in nursing school. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, what led you to South College? How'd you find us?
Google.
Really?
Yeah, like when I Googled nursing programs, I left Kaiser to come here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you left another program to come here. I love that. And you're loving that decision, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's great. That's great. So what do you want to do when you're done and you pass your NCLEX? Where do you want to be?
I think I'm going to do IV nursing because I currently work at Advent as a phlebotomist. And so they already gave us our IV certificate. They taught us a lot. The IV team, they need a lot of nurses and stuff. And I like sticking.
That is the most honest answer I have heard. I like sticking. Very nice. That's good. That's good. So you're actually pretty good with IVs already.
We do IVs and just like hard sticks in the hospital.
I love that.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, ladies. So if you have any advice to give to someone who's thinking about the ASN, which is a 2-year program that allows you to sit for your NCLEX, what do you think? What would you say?
Just do it.
Yeah,
Like, study hard.
Part-time job.
Oh, yeah. Part-time job gonna knock you out. Even the part-time job will take you out. Part-time job will take you
That's
out.
awesome. Thank you, ladies. That was perfect. Orlando, what program are you in?
The ASN
Okay, so another ASN student. Are you first quarter or second quarter?
first quarter.
Okay, so you're just getting started.
Yes,
Okay, got it. All right, so what's been like the toughest thing so far?
trying to figure out everything.
Makes sense. All right, so let's say you're done and you've passed your NCLEX. What do you want to do?
Sorry. The first thing I would celebrate. I would celebrate. Yes,
So big party at your house? No?
a vacation. Forget the party. I want vacation.
How'd you find South College?
My aunt actually recommended them to me because she actually went to Cambridge, but she told me to come here because they heard good reviews.
Good. All right, awesome. Well, it's not easy. Nursing school's hard, so I mean, I'll give you that. But looks like you've made good friends, so yes. All right.
Yes, it was challenging, but I appreciate the fact that I met some of my closest friends now.
Okay. Love that. All right, cool. Thank you. First name?
Chelsea.
And Chelsea, tell me about your experience so far, and most importantly, what you want to do when you get out.
What I want to do when I get out is ER nursing.
What's been like the most rewarding thing? I mean, I know you're early in, but what's been the most rewarding thing, at least so far?
The most rewarding is probably the girls and us coming together and figuring it out together. It's like no one's left behind. So that's the most rewarding.
Well, the nice thing is, particularly when you go into an ER setting, that's kind of the way it is on the floor, is that as nurses, you're sort of left to kind of assess and figure it out. So you're learning really important things. So that's awesome. All right, good. All right, first name?
Kayla.
All right, Kayla. And you're also, I'm assuming, just going to make an assumption, first quarter ASN. Yeah. All right. What's been, okay, I've heard some of the toughest things. So what's been like the best thing so far?
I would say similar, piggybacking off of her, is just coming together and really helping each other out, because this is a very fast, accelerated program. It is difficult. It's not easy. So I guess coming together and helping each other out has been like the best thing so far, and making friends along the way.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that I think is misunderstood about nursing's hard. I mean, it is hard. The program's hard. The NCLEX is very hard. All right, so you pass the NCLEX. What do you want to do?
I'm going into OR nursing. Yeah.
So, any particular specialty in the OR? Orthopedics, pediatrics? What are you thinking?
I'm leaning towards neuro right now, but I do want to like dibble dabble in like different types of surgery. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I think one of the items that I've always read about, particularly for OR nurses, is that, you've the precision, being fast on your feet, working with the surge tech in the room as well, and of course the MD. So are you ready for that?
Yeah, I think I'm ready for that. I really like the setting of like the 1-to-1 patient ratio, like in the OR. So I'm excited to see what that's like.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. So now the other question, how'd you find South College?
Through my aunt.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. I was just going to ask you again. How'd you find South College?
Just an online search.
Just an online search. Okay, good. All right. And from a marketing perspective, that makes me happy because that's what we do. All right, good. All right. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. That was awesome. All right. I've wandered up on some more students here in the student lounge here in Orlando. So first name?
Tamanika.
All right, Tamika, and you're also, I'm going to guess, another first quarter ASN student. I seem to have found the plethora of you. All righty. What have you enjoyed so far?
Just meeting new people, creating study groups, and getting to know new people.
Yeah. Why nursing? What led you to nursing?
Just being able to see my aunts and grandmas be sick when I was younger, it inspired me to want to help people feel better.
I like that. All right. You pass the NCLEX, you get out in the world. What do you want to do?
ICU or oncology.
Nice. Okay. Any particular discipline within oncology? What are you thinking? Are you looking to do more female oncology, pediatric oncology, or
Yeah, mostly adults though. Mostly adults.
Okay. Got it. Got it. All right. Very nice. What's been the toughest thing so far?
Balancing all of the classes, knowing when to study, and knowing which study method is effective for each class.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. All right. How'd you find South College?
I found it online on Google. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole interview is making me so happy just from a marketing perspective. I love it. Okay. And then Lastly, if you have any advice for someone who's thinking about nursing, they're leaning towards that way, what advice do you have for them?
Make sure it's your passion. Make sure it's something you actually want to do as a career, and you're not just doing it because other people are doing it. Make sure you really have love for the field because it's tough, and it comes with a lot.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Okay, I have a few more students here in Orlando. I want to start with you. What's your first name?
Ned.
All right. And you are, I'm going to guess, another first quarter ASN student?
I am a second quarter radiography student.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, so I found actually other students because I've talked to all ASN so far. All right, so what do you love about the program?
The flexibility. The thing for me is, as has been so far, it's not force fed on us. It's not thrown at us all at once. And then you kind of have to learn it on the fly. It's all things that are kind of like naturally occurring. So we go from one step to the next, build upon what we already know. And so it's so much to learn, but it's so easy to learn it.
Why radiography? What led you to radiography?
I'm scared of bleeding, especially seeing people bleeding, other people bleeding, me bleeding, whether it's any and all blood, I'm out. So I had a choice between surgical tech, where there's a lot of bleeding, or radiography, where there's not a whole lot of that. And so
that's a great choice. I mean, those are two really good programs. That's awesome. What do you want to do when you get out and you pass your licensure exam? What do you want to do?
I think the best way to say it is I'm going to kind of perfect the craft at the way that I'm going. But I also want to get into MRIs and CTs and nuclear medicine and just kind of see all the options that radiography has, and then just kind of decide from there. So, you could switch into MRIs or just, right back into the X-ray side of things as well.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. All right. So why South College? How'd you find us?
Ironically, I'm from where South College is from as well. So when I was looking into going back to college, I was like, well, I could always move home. And they were like, no, we actually have a campus in Orlando. Why don't you stay there? And I was like, okay, that works for me.
So you're a Knoxville boy. Wow, that's awesome. That's the office I'm based out of. Very nice. Very nice. So it felt like a little piece of home, sort of.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Good luck to you. All right, ladies, I'm just come down here. They look real pleased to see me, by the way. All right, I'll start with you. Your first name?
Masha Peoples.
Okay. And what program are you in?
I'm in the ASN, RN ASN program.
Are you a first quarter student as well?
Third.
Oh, okay. So you're in the fun part now. All right. So what's been like the best thing so far out of everything you've done?
The best thing so far has been clinicals.
And where are you doing your clinicals right now?
We do it at Dr. Phillips Hospital and at Arnold Palmer.
Oh, at Arnold Palmer. Yeah, somebody mentioned that one earlier. Okay. And when you pass your NCLEX, what do you want to do?
I want to, right now, currently I'm in geriatrics, and I'd like to stay in geriatrics. So that's the population.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. I love that. All right. What's been like the toughest thing so far for you? Now you're in the third quarter.
The toughest thing so far is like trying to study and doing all these exams that are like, we have to do ATI. We do ATI here. I mean, it seems fun, but it's challenging at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So I don't know if I can interview you. She doesn't look like, nope, she didn't want to talk to me. Nope. I struck out. All right. Thank you so much. Good luck to you. All right. I have walked into a classroom and interrupted their class. So this ought to be a lot of fun. All right. What's your first name?
Cameron.
All right, Cameron. So what are you studying?
Diagnostic medical sonography.
DMS. Very nice. Very nice. What quarter are you?
I am in fifth quarter?
Oh, you're in fifth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you've had all the fun
Yes.
up to this point. All right, awesome. So when you pass your certification, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I think I want to go into OB.
Ooh, babies. Okay. Why DMS?
I have a daughter myself, so I think obviously going through all of that is what made me interested in it.
Really? So seeing all the cool pictures and, I love that. That's very nice. All right, I'm going to start with you. You're looking at me with the side eye. I'm not loving that. Okay, that's cool. I got the side eye, you guys. All right, what's your first name?
Katrina.
All right, Katrina. What's been like the hardest thing so far? I'm assuming you're fifth quarter as well. Oh, you're in second quarter. Okay, well, I can't add. Oh, you're just in work study. Okay, it's fine. All right, second quarter. So what's been the hardest thing so far?
And physics.
Physics. Well, I think physics is hard for anybody. Don't you think? I think so. Okay, so tell me, like, why DMS? What got you here?
After when I was having my daughter, I was just really interested in ultrasound and
ever since then, I wanted to do diagnostic medical sonography.
Okay, cool. And where do you want to work once you get out and once you pass your certification?
I want to work in a hospital first, and then I think OB, and then once my kids get really older, I want to probably try to do traveling.
Oh, you want to be a travel DMS. Okay.
My kids are like growing up.
So we got a little time. That's what you're saying. All right. Awesome. All right. Cool. Thank you. All right. Oh, she's lovely, by the way. All right. So she's giving me the side eye too. All right. We're going to try this. What's your first name?
I'm Nisi.
All right. Hi, Nisi. All right. Why South College? How'd you get here?
South College, it was one of the many that I researched, and they were very welcoming when I called asking for information.
All right, good. So somebody was nice to you on the phone. That's great. Oh, that's nice to hear. All right, somebody out there thinking about DMS or maybe doesn't know anything about DMS. Tell me, what would you tell them to get them interested if they're kind of researching?
It's hard work, and it's not just the pretty pictures, but you do get to meet many patients and make a big impact in a different kind of way being a sonographer.
Yeah, I love that. And also kind of an important moment in their life too, in some cases. All right, nice. Now, when you get out, what do you want to do?
I think I do want to move states. I really don't have anything specifically holding me in Florida, but I'm not sure what field. I don't know if it's going to get OB or pediatrics working with younger children. So maybe pediatrics.
I love that. You're going to leave Florida, the happiest place on earth? Come on now. All right. No, I got you. All right. We have another side eye here. Not really sure. I love that I walk in a room and people are just like, what are you doing here? What's your first name?
Zuhei.
Oh, wow. What a fun name. Okay, that's cool. So what's been like the fun thing? Like if you're in second quarter as well, I'm assuming? Okay, just a guess. So what's been like the most fun, like the most entertaining thing that you've learned so far?
I mean, everything's fun to learn, but I say like the funnest part about like the program is like my partners and stuff, because we get to learn each other's anatomy and we're just used to each other. So yeah, that's been fun.
Learning each other's anatomy. I don't know. I may have to edit that comment. I'm not sure.
You know.
I don't know. Okay, thank you. Well, I don't know. Yes, I love that. Okay, and what do you want to do when you get out?
I think vascular. Yeah, because that's what got me into sonography.
Yeah, because that was my next question. Thanks. Eyes on your own paper. What kind of got you to that point for vascular?
So I used to work in a vascular clinic, and I used to like shadow the sonographers and stuff, and that's what got me into sonography. So
okay, cool. Very nice. I like those plans. Those are kind of fun. All right, so still not loving it. Kind of sitting back, looking at me. Do I get to talk to you, or no? You want me to? Okay, I shall crab step. Okay, no, I got you. That's all right. What's your first name?
Camellia.
All right, Camellia. Oh, a lovely name. All right. So what got you to South College, Orlando? Just drove by and went, I feel like...
I did a lot of research on other schools. I did transfer to South College from a different school, but this one kind of just caught my eye. I liked how quick they would reach back to me, and especially the advisor that I first talked to. She was very welcoming, and I really liked her. And awesome. My cousin also goes here, so she liked it. So yeah, family's an important thing. So one of the things that I love about when I talk to nursing cohorts, CMS cohorts, PA, it's like a tribe. You bond as students, you're kind of in the same thing. You kind of feel like it's a bit of a tribe mentality. Yeah, we're definitely all really close to each other now. I feel like we're all a big tight knit group here.
So if there's one class you could do without, no offense to the instructor, if there's one class you could do without, what would it be?
I'm sorry, I don't like physics. I'm sorry, Professor Allen, I don't like it.
Yes, the faculty member's glaring at me now, so I shall side down. Okay, thank you. All right, you look really happy to see me. Why DMS for you?
For me, like everybody else said, like, I mean, I don't have any kids. Like, I've never had like OB scans, but like I've had other scans, and I had one scan on my heart one time, like for a murmur, and like just looking at that and her telling me like, oh, that's your heart, and me like not knowing what I'm looking at, but like wanting to know what I'm looking at kind of interests me.
Okay. I love that. So it's another anatomy thing. We're not examining each other's anatomy though. I'm just, just for the record. All right, cool. And I guess the last question for you is when you get out, what do you want to do?
Today we just did some like
like we did like sonosim things, and like I scanned a little OB, and I think I really like OB. Not as much as I thought I would. So I think I want to do OB.
Yeah, I know when I was, of course, it was many, many, many years ago. When I know when I was pregnant and they show you on the screen and you're like, okay. And they're like, oh, look, there's a hand. I'm like, yeah, this looks like bubbles to me. I don't know what that is. All right, cool. You look happy. Nope. I'm getting the finger. Okay, I'm getting the finger. I got the finger pointed this way. I'll start with you. What's your first name?
Silvana.
Okay, Silvana, lovely name. All right, why South College, Orlando?
Honestly, I saw it through an Instagram ad.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So we insta gotcha. Okay, love that. That's very cool. I love.
Considered other options for school as well, but this is the one that caught my attention. So
okay,
yeah.
Okay, and same question. Why DMS for you?
I really like this program in general because I was wanting to get into like something medical, but I didn't really know what. I wanted something that has like a good work-life balance, and then I saw sonography, and I'm like, this is the one.
Got it. Okay, and physics, how's it going?
It's going okay.
She looks carefully at the faculty member. Are you sure you want to elaborate?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Good choice. Good choice. All right, down here on the end. You're so cute. What's your first name?
It's Kareen.
Okay, you have a lovely smile. All right, so why South College, Orlando?
Why South College? Well, it actually was like a referral because my friend goes here, so I'm like, she referred me to the program and to the school, excuse me, and just went for it. And they accepted me as quick as I wanted to, so I'm like, okay. I'll go for it, yeah.
Very nice. Okay, and same question. Why DMS for you? Why? Of all the programs, I mean, there's all these things to choose from. What caught your eye on DMS?
I guess like the length of the program because it's like a 2-year program, and yeah, I actually originally was gonna do surgical tech, but yeah, I decided to go this route instead.
Because you don't have to see guts and stuff, and
not only that, like I kind of see like the doctors are kind of like mean too.
Now you can't say that. Well, I mean, I get it. I love it. Well, so Surge Tech is really fascinating. We just got done shooting a big video for Surge Tech, and I mean, it's really cool what they get to see. On the other hand, I understand where you're coming from. There's a lot of stuff I would prefer not to see. You know, well, look at that. Okay. No, I get that. What advice do you have for someone who's thinking about DMS?
Just go for it. Because I like graduated high school many years ago. I don't want to say, and
I'm sure I graduated before you did.
Just go for it. Like, don't doubt yourself. The time is gonna fly by, so just go for it.
Okay, love that. All right, thank you very much. I'm gonna sweep this way. They're all looking at me crazy. All right, but we've talked about a little bit about physics. What else have you taken so far that you're like, okay, this is kind of cool?
Oh, well, we're taking ultrasound procedures, and even though it is like a lot of information just dumped onto you at once, it is really cool to know. I feel like a lot of people don't fully understand what's going on inside of our bodies, and so it's just cool to like.
Wait till you get my age. Trust me.
It's just cool to understand, like, oh, so this is why we feel this way, or if we do this, then this is what happens, and so it's just cool to understand what's going on and why it's happening. So.
I love that. That's a great answer, but yeah, wait till you get my age, and then you have no idea what's going on. Okay, awesome. All right, ladies, you're going to interview two of you together. So, do you guys study together?
Yes.
All right. And so, who's the better student?
Both of us. We're both really good, yeah.
Okay, competition. Okay, I love that. Are you both loving physics? Yes. Yes.
Honestly,
love-hate,
it's a love-hate, yeah, relationship.
Wow. Okay. So, why South College?
I was looking for ultrasound programs, and when I was looking, a lot of the other like institutions weren't reaching out as fast, or they're kind of like negative about getting accepted into the program. And when I reached out to South College, which was just random, I found it one day. They replied same day. We're like, you can come in. I was like, I have a 2-year-old. Can I bring him? They're like, you can bring your kid, whatever you need. We're here to support you. And yeah, just very loving from the start and very nice. So,
well, that's nice to hear. Makes the marketing person feel really good. So I'm loving that. All right, cool. Thank you, ladies. All right, gonna slide down here. I'm getting the side eye from the faculty, so I'm gonna keep it quick. All right. So what's been like the hardest thing for you?
The hardest thing for me, I think, is probably working at the same time as doing school full time.
Yeah, that's hard. What do you do?
I'm a host at a restaurant.
Okay.
It's not too crazy, but
But the cool thing is when you look at people walking into the restaurant, you can probably identify some things wrong with them, perhaps, now that you know physics, you know?
sometimes, yeah. I'm like,
Say, I think I see an enlarged spleen, maybe. No? No? Okay. All right. All right. No, that's fair enough. All right. Why South College?
Well, I was actually recommended. My best friend and her sister just graduated from the DMS program, and they were like, "Oh, you should definitely check out South College." And so I did, and I really liked how they were reaching out to me, and they would provide me all the information I needed. So it was a good choice for me.
All right. Love that. All right. And you're in Orlando. So what do you want to do when you get out and you pass your certification?
I would like to go into peds, but I don't know yet. There's so much to like discover still. We're just only in our second semester.
Yeah. Nice. All right, guys. Fabulous class. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much. All right. Have fun, guys. That was so much fun. Coming up after the break, we'll spend some time with Orlando Campus President Jim McCoy and Dean of Academic and Student Services, Dr. Amy Bro, and what makes this campus the happiest place on earth. The sun is shining bright and it's blue skies today in Orlando. So stick around and reapply the sunblock. We'll be right back.
When you start your new career path at South College, you'll join students from different walks of life at varying stages in their lives. Many students are going back to school to finish degrees, while others are pursuing elevated education that will help them improve their potential in their current roles or for chasing a new direction. South College offers over 100 programs and concentrations with specialized focus on associate, bachelor's, master's, educational specialist, and doctoral degrees in healthcare, business, technology, education, and legal studies. We are regularly developing new academic programs based on local, regional, and national trends. Each curriculum is designed to promote development of knowledge and skills in the associated discipline as we challenge and support our students. South College is committed to providing intellectual, social, and professional development to a diverse student body. With locations in Knoxville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Asheville, North Carolina, Orlando, Florida, Indianapolis, Indiana, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, and Marietta, Georgia, as well as programs delivered through competency-based education, or CBE, and online. We're here with you every step of the way, starting with the admissions process. To find out more, visit South College at south.edu. South College, where dreams find direction.
Welcome back. I'm excited to be joined here in Orlando with Campus President Jim McCoy and Dean of Academic and Student Services, Dr. Amy Bro. Hey, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Kathleen, how are you doing?
I am fabulous. Okay, Jim, you're on the hot seat. Tell me more about the Orlando campus and what makes it so special.
Great question. And I'd like to say and point to just one thing that makes the Orlando campus special, but there are so many things that make us special and sets us apart from other institutions in this area. Number one, the faculty and the staff and their commitment to the educational learning process of our students. You won't find a more passionate, dedicated group. Also our programs and their focus on outcomes, which allows our students to make that transformation from student to graduate, then to become a practitioner. That's very important with helping them pursue their careers. Our facility, as you've seen in your visits here, and our equipment, top notch. You know, it's here designed to prepare our students, again, to make that leap into becoming a practitioner. So all of this mixed together and the commitment and the passion that everyone has here really is what makes the Orlando campus so special.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. All right. And you just recently expanded the campus too. So tell me a little bit more about that and what has been added.
Sure. We've actually doubled our academic capacity by another 25,000 square feet. Number one is to handle the growth of the Orlando campus with our existing programs, but also to support our new programs in physician assistant, and our doctor of physical therapy programs. So we're looking at what the future is going to look like as we continue to grow and support the Central Florida, the Orlando area with our academic offerings.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I've had an opportunity to walk around, and I mean, the space is just absolutely perfect. It is immense. It is fantastic, very clean. And then most importantly, I mean, to your point earlier, it is every amenity you can think of is well appointed, and it's awesome. Okay, Dr. Bro, so you've had an amazing rise to become the Dean of Academics and Student Success. Tell me a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks so much for having us this afternoon, Kathleen. But my journey has been rooted in a deep commitment to education and student development. I began my career in the classroom, where I gained firsthand insight into the academic and personal challenges that students face. And then over time, I moved into roles focused on that academic support and program development, always with that student-first mindset. So these experiences provided a strong foundation for my current role. So as Dean, I'm honored to lead initiatives that promote academic excellence and student success, and I take great pride in working alongside a team that shares that same vision.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Jim. So a similar question. You've been the shepherd of Orlando for some time now, and you have been a big piece of the really explosive growth for our Orlando campus. What do you attribute that to?
Well, a lot of things. I would like to take full credit for it, but in honesty, I can't. I mean, if we go back to what I said earlier about the culture and the passion of the faculty and staff, about the programs that college leadership has established, those routes, those support services that are out there, that kind of is all that has led to the growth. Clearly, we recognize the need throughout in healthcare, throughout the Orlando market and education. That's why we're here. And our relationship with our affiliates and those partnerships has also helped us guide what we do in supporting their needs, because our graduates then become their employees. So they have a lot to say about what they see as their needs today, what they see there as their needs to meet a growing population in the future. And take all that information and you put it together in that special culture that we have of a commitment to quality and student outcomes. That has really enabled us over the last 3 years to experience the growth that we've had, not only in population size, but also our reputation throughout the Central Florida area.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's interesting, when I talked to the students earlier today and interviewed quite a few students, I was really amazed, and shout out to the admissions team. They were all pretty much unified that what drew them to South College was how kind and responsive the admissions team is. They got back to them right away. They answered questions, invited them to come for a tour, open doors. Yes, bring your family. Yes, bring your kids. And the students have really responded to that and said it was one of the key reasons that they chose South College. So what do you think about that in your admissions team?
Again, I'm very excited. In fact, we've actually had our admissions team called out actually on accreditation visits when they've spoken to students and how the guidance that they have been provided. But again, I think that's with the hiring, with the culture we've established here, and I believe the buy-in that every employee, whether they be a faculty member, whether they be a staff member, whether they be here full-time, whether they be part-time, buys into what we do and how we do it. So it really is good to hear the comments made by our students on their first step, and that's with the admissions department.
Yeah, it was completely unified across the board. All right, Amy, so what's the most popular program for Orlando right now?
Sure. So right now, the Associate of Science and Nursing program is our largest enrolled program at the Orlando campus. Its popularity is driven by a strong demand for skilled nurses in the Florida area, but we also have surgical technology is currently our second largest Orlando program. There is also a lot of interest in pursuing imaging sciences, and we're continuing to expand our healthcare programs, as President McCoy mentioned. we just started Orlando's first cohort of respiratory therapy this spring quarter. So
yeah. That sounds good. And a new program that's just kind of getting underway and really just getting started is the exciting PA program. That's Physician Assistant Master's Program that has been so successful for our Asheville, Atlanta, Knoxville, and Nashville campuses. So I'm sure you are predicting, obviously, a major kickoff for this in Orlando, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. The physician assistant program has a proven track record across our other locations, and we fully expect that success to continue in Orlando. So there's a significant local demand for highly trained healthcare providers, and our PA program is designed to meet that need with our academics and faculty and just outstanding clinical experiences. So we're excited to begin that program and welcome our first cohort in October.
That's fantastic. All right, Jim. So one very unique feature for Orlando is the hybrid BSN, which means that students can live on either coast of Florida and only need to come to the central part here in Orlando for certain labs and clinicals. How amazing is that, and how much has this program grown?
I think it aligns with the mission and the vision of the institution. We have great programs. In some situations, we have to take the program out to the student. And I know the college has realized that. So the hybrid program has really opened the door for many students outside of the Orlando area that are seeking their nursing degree. And as you mentioned, we do serve both the East Coast and West Coast of Florida. So the hybrid program has been very successful. And what it allows the student to do is they participate live in a synchronous class. And by synchronous, meaning the instructor is there live, providing the material just as if they were sitting in a physical classroom. Then they're able to take their labs here on campus. And for those students on the West Coast, we actually have a partnership with Camels in Tampa, Florida. So they do not have to drive from the Tampa Bay area to Orlando. We actually have the lab facilities there, as well as their clinical partnerships. So we really have taken a lot of looks and examination of how we can provide a quality experience remotely that prepares the students just as if they were on campus. The rigor's the same. We just make it a little bit more convenience for those that are stuck remote and do not have access to a great nursing program.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you can live basically in Hillsborough County or Pasco County or any of that surrounding area there in Tampa, and you can actually obtain your hybrid BSN through South College and not have to leave the Tampa area for your clinicals and labs. That's amazing.
That is correct. And again, partnerships and affiliations have made that transition so easy and continue those relationships. We see a need, the students in that area feel the need, and we are able to fulfill that need.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Jim, I'm gonna switch gears on you. Pop quiz. What kind of student were you in school, Jim?
Well, at 18 and 19, I was the typical traditional student. Went to school, first generation going to school, recognized the value of college, but I enjoyed college. And I can remember, though, Kathleen, those special people, that registrar that in my senior year that tracked me down to say, hey, you need to do your graduate application for graduation. That left a big mark in my life and something that we center on now, being that service side. So enjoyed college, saw it, was not very career focused as we are career focused in terms of outcomes. So I'm glad to see, and I can relate to some of the challenges our students see today. These are things that I faced going to school.
That makes sense. What's your journey? How'd you get to South College, and how long have you been here?
I am celebrating my 5th year at South College. I have 45 years working in higher education leadership. To be truthful, when I graduated, I wanted to be a fireman.
Well, I think it's kind of the same job you have now, yes?
I really I wanted to be a fireman. Didn't know what I wanted to do, and I actually stumbled into a administrative job at a small junior college in Greenville, South Carolina, where I'm from, and I thought it as a way of just getting. I'm out of college. I'm making a little bit of money. It's great, but I had a mentor that took me under his arms and wings and said, if this gets in your blood, education, helping others gets in your blood, you'll never leave. And it took about 6 months, but I'll tell you, there's nothing more than I would rather do than what I do each day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because we see the value that we bring. And, working with such a professional group that we have here. So I've kept that mantra for the last 45 years, is what we're about in education and the opportunities we provide.
Yeah. Oh, what a great story. I love that. And I agree with you. It's the most rewarding thing when you kind of have the opportunity to follow a student along. I see students all the time in the elevator, and it's always fun to kind of follow them along over the months and quarters as they finally get to obviously where they want to be, which is crossing the stage and getting their degree, which we're about to do here soon. All the graduations will be happening. All right, Amy. Similar question. What kind of student were you in school? Although I have a pretty good idea, probably no, just because I know you really well. But what kind of student were you in school?
So I have always been very focused on academics, and obviously
Shocker.
going back to school by choice for an additional 10 years. I think you have to be. So I was summa cum laude in my undergrad and went back for my master's and then my PhD. Have just always been very academically oriented, but also involved in RSOs. And I was president of an RSO in my undergrad for the
What's an RSO for folks that don't know what that is?
Yes, Registered Student Organizations. Okay. So that was Colleges Against Cancer, and then just involved in the student side of the activities, and have always been very much appreciative of that aspect as well. So I would say involved and definitely a high performer in academics.
Yeah. So give me your South College journey. How long have you been here and how'd you get here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually relocated to Orlando from Illinois. So from the cold, yes, definitely. And I have been at South College a little over 2 years. So I came to Orlando to start the Diagnostic Medical Sonography program at the Orlando campus, and then moved into my different roles, landing in the Dean of Academic and Student Services.
Nice. Well, I've had the opportunity to work with you for some time, and I think your ascension into that role as your predecessor actually moved to an academic dean role at a different campus. Your ascension into this role has been awesome to watch, and I think you're doing an awesome job. So, yay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. She's doing a great job.
Well, just a comment is that, I'm smart enough because I hire really, really good people and to cover up. So Dr. Bro has just been phenomenal and brought so much to what we do here at South College, especially in Orlando.
Yay. That's awesome. Amy, any rebuttal?
Well, I was just going to say thank you very much for the kind words, but also that President McCoy is an excellent mentor. So I appreciate all of the guidance that I've received being at South College.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, what a fabulous and positive way to end this. Thank you both so much. It has just been amazing to be in the middle of all this energy. These students are so awesome, and all the sunshine and enthusiasm that the students bring, and some really amazing stories as well for their reasons for being here and chasing their dreams. We had a blast, and the students have real conviction on why they are here and pursuing healthcare, although, according to them, physics was not fun. I want to thank President Jim McCoy and Dr. Amy Bro for being my guests today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right. So that's all from On Location at our Orlando campus. It has been awesome to see why it's the happiest place on earth here, although the traffic is a whole other story as I'm looking out the window. With 10 physical campuses in 7 states, plus online and CBE, there's a pathway for you at South College. Hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Live from South College, live from our Orlando campus. Thanks for joining me. If you love it, give us some stars, and you can always send us feedback by emailing us at southcollegepodcast@south.edu. Have an awesome day, and let your dreams find direction. See you next time.